Hey, everyone. Good evening again. You know what time it is. This is Shake Up with Dr. Kit Monday evening special every Monday at 6 p.m. Central Time, unless there is some unforeseen circumstances when we just cannot handle it. We just can't make it. However, this is not the day. And listen, I want to wish everyone a happy Memorial Day. I know the day is over now, but man, I was just watching the news and just thousands, millions of people are just stuck in airports because of weather conditions that have canceled a number of flights and travel plans have changed. But people are still trying to make the best out of it. Some people are getting really angry at people when, listen, they did not call up a storm, didn't raise their hands for it, but it's here. So I just want to encourage us that, when these things happen, that we try to find another way of dealing with our internal stresses. And so tonight with the shakeup, you know how it is. We don't change the structure of things. We just reframe everything, put the picture in a new frame. The picture looks really good just because you put it in a new frame. So we're not changing things. We're just reframing things. That's what we do on the Shake Up. And of course, we'd love to have every one of y'all to become a part of this. Okay. So what we'd like for you to do is to share, follow, and subscribe. Follow, share, and subscribe. Like it, follow, share, and subscribe. That is the breadbasket of this and every other podcast that you follow. Lots of good podcasts out there that's doing some amazing things. And so we just, as a community of podcasters, we want you to like, follow, share, and subscribe. Okay, please do that. And the thing about it is, some of you are liking, sharing, following, subscribe. We want you to become a part of the show. So here's what you do. You just go ahead and call up on Dr. Kit, go to his email at drkitspeaks@gmail.com. And I guarantee you my team will get with you and post, hey, short time order, and we'll fix it up so that you can come on and tell your story. Now, let me tell you about coming on and telling your story. You're not telling a story about a story. You're really talking about your own experience. Your experience can never, ever be wrong. So don't worry about being wrong. Don't even worry about that. Just come and tell your story, and it will go down in history, and people will learn from you. Okay, so you're on Shake Up with Dr. Kit. All right, we're going to move right into things right now. We may have some technical difficulties because of some issues that the engineer had and is still dealing with, and we're hoping that he can just come on in every now and then, because he's got a kind of a precarious situation going on with some travel. And so we just want to pray that things go well. But until then, we're going to go and leave it in God's hand. All right. This evening, we have an amazing family. Now, let me tell you about family. We don't create families by doing things. Family do things. You see the difference? We do not create family, because many family members can do things that are not that are not healthful for the family coalition. But because of a healthy family coalition, a healthy family group will do healthy things. And so tonight we got a great family, and I want to show you. Let me see if I can pull up and show you what they do and turn them into this great family. Then we're going to bring them on and let them. Oh, look at them! Look at them! Kings, Kings. All right. Now listen, they have a video that I would like to show you. And this video is basically some of the things that they do. Just watch that for a second. Wife and husband and family. All right, so you got a good look at that. Great video. This is one of their intro videos just to show you the kind of things that they do. Remember, you don't do things to create a family. Because of the quality of the interpersonal relationship between family members and the way the leaders of the family see themselves, they can then craft and create activities that will keep the family intact. And this is one such family. So I'm going to bring them on right now. Come on in, my great family. Oh, look at this wonderful young family. Wonderful, wonderful young family. Oh, look at them. Listen, because you know more about you and you know your experience of who you are, I just love to have, my guests, introduce themselves. However you want to introduce yourselves, man, this is going to be great. So take it away. Introduce yourself. Listen, don't spare words. Don't spare time. Just tell us what you want to tell us about your family, man. All right, great. Go ahead.
Well, I'll start with me. I'm Coach Aaron. I own a private gym, and I'm a personal trainer and nutrition coach. And as you see, I'm a father of two and a husband of one. This is my wife,
Oh,
Kiana.
man, I'm glad you said that last part. Listen, man. Well, it's cool to be a father of two.
Yes.
I'm going to leave it at that.
I'll let my wife introduce herself.
I'm Kiana.
You gonna say your name first? What's your name?
My name is King.
My son is King. Maya.
I'm Kamaya.
And we call ourselves the Royal Family.
Oh no. Ooh. That's a good place to start. Royalty.
Yes.
Extraordinary.
Yes.
People who are above that which is above the normal, right?
Right.
And when you get there, because you are a royal family, it requires you to behave in a way that is extraordinary.
Indeed.
Let's start out there, okay? Because my belief is, listen, it's activities don't make families. Families make activities, okay? And since you are the royal family, can you tell us, how did you get to that place of calling yourselves the royal family? And why is that important that you see yourself as a royal family, behave like a royal family, and you want us to see you and treat you like royalty? Go ahead and talk to us about that.
Indeed. Well, my idea originally started from just me just seeing myself as a king and as a superior, not saying to be better than anyone else, but to try to become the best version of myself on a day-to-day basis. Walking in true royalty as far as knowing who you are and learning and willing to grow every single day. And just the support and encouragement and the love that my family and my wife shows, even with my wife supporting me in the endeavors that I want to do, because most stereotypes of personal trainers they deal with a lot of different things and a lot of different stigmas and things of that nature. But the aspect that we try to bring onto our clients and the people around us is just, you can live in royalty regardless of your situation. It's just a mindset of how you carry yourself on a day-to-day basis to be able to consider yourself as royalty or believe in yourself as royalty. And we try to show that on a day-to-day basis, whether we're in the classrooms or in the gym or just in the home, just relaxing and doing our own thing.
Man, it seems like you're really into the almost like sculpting families, because family trainers, you're really sculptors. You're helping people to sculpt their bodies.
Right.
But how about, but listen, they come to you with this mindset that there is something going on up here that is not making sense down here.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? How do you transpose go from getting them to say, what do I believe I don't have up here that I want up here that I can bring down here? How'd you do that, Coach?
Just using my own experiences, because I tell my clients all the time, I wasn't always fit. I didn't always have this mindset or just being healthy in general. But just using our experiences with me and my wife, battling our battles that we had to for us to both continuously on in this journey. And on top of that, just being realistic. A lot of people kind of give out false narratives or like, oh yeah, well, I can get you this in 3 months. No, I try to give my clients the real so they can know, okay, this is what I'm up against. And these are the small things, the small changes I need to do on a day-to-day basis to be able to reach my goal, whether it be fitness or mental or whatever the case may be. I like to use a lot of life experiences to grasp the understanding of where my client is coming from, no matter what background we have.
You also use positive affirmations. Like each class, we end with I can, I am, and I will. And while we're working out in the classes, we can't say the word can't. Like I can't do this exercise because you can do anything that you set your mind to. So a lot of positive affirmations and motivation helps.
Okay, amazing. Ellen G says amazing. Let me tell you about and then I'm going to ask the kids a couple of things. But let me tell you, the word can't. You know that there are two other words in the word can't, right?
Mm-hmm.
You drop the T and you got C-A-N, can.
Mm-hmm.
You drop the A and you got an ant. Now, you understand that? Now people go around squishing ants because people think that they are just an annoyance.
Right.
And you don't want to be an annoyance. But when you drop the T and you carry for C-A-N, now that's what I think I hear you all saying.
Yes.
We can, and thank you for that. We don't say the word I can't. So this little one that's right front. Can the kids can you kids tell me what it's like working out with your mom and your dad?
What's like working out with us?
It's fun because most of the time when I don't feel like working out, if I work out with them, it's funner.
More people is funner than working out by yourself.
What about you, Fez?
Do you like working out with us? Why?
Because
Well, don't be shy, man.
he's not shy at home when he wants something to eat, right?
Showing your muscles.
Oh, yes.
No, a lot of my clients enjoy our children, and we like to create an environment for all of especially our single mothers or just mothers in general, because a lot of places don't cater to childcare. So we have a actual room in our gym where our children, it's called the Cubs Club, and it's basically just for if you're a single mother or just a mother in general, and you have the issue of finding childcare during your training, we provide that childcare for you. And it's we have toys in there, we have TVs, we have games, we have all up to a basketball court outside and everything for our youth, for our just not our children, but our clients' children as well. To where even during classes in the evenings, I have one client to where I'll be holding her what is the 8-month-old son on my chest with the little straps on, just to make sure that she can reach her goals. So my goal is to try to eliminate all excuses and obtaining any goal that you have.
All right, man. Let me just say this. We just had an input from 65240 says, and the person said, talking about the children now, your children, train up a child. That's all she said. Train up a child. The rest of it said, in the way they should go. When they're old, they will not depart from it. Here, it's right down here. Train up a child. And it seemed to me that you are doing a good job with training up a child so that they can continue to grow. And says, oh, Melody Bean, okay, let me go ahead and read this for you, sir. Respond to it. We are to prosper as well as to be in health. We have to wake up these dead, dry bones of all ages, as most of the school system doesn't have PE anymore. And many children are obese in 2024. Would you all coach? Would you all respond to that to see what do you think about that? But what is your what's your business of coaching and training? How is that making a difference with this? And most of our children are obese. They eat more than they work out.
Yep.
They eat more than they think.
Yep. I actually was a PE teacher for 3 years.
Okay.
So I know this very, very well. And even what I say to this is that I know I'm on both sides. I've been a teacher in the public schooling, and I'm a parent to my own children.
Right.
with the children, our children are only going to eat and consume whatever we allow them to. I don't know any child that can go to the store and buy their own food. So that starts ultimately with the parent. But even on the same time, it is a lot of things that are being removed from school that is beneficial to our social skills for children, our emotional development, our even our mental, or just being able to handle anxiety and things of that nature, and physical education, and just PE in general, and just educating our youth on how important it is very, very vital. Like I tell my daughter all the time, the only thing that you don't have to ask for in the refrigerator or in the kitchen is fruit. Fruit and healthy things are always on the option, or always on the table to consume, because that's how we'll be able to live longer, feel better, and look the best way we can. But if nobody is teaching them that in the household, and nobody is really putting that and exposing them to that, then it's hard for them to learn that. So I try to provide that for my children all the time, even buying healthier products to substitute certain things that they would like. You get what I'm saying? Like so us as parents have to just do the research ourselves and do the work ourselves, so we'll be able to provide that knowledge and that grace to our children so they can continue to pass it on.
All right, listen, man. I thank you, and of course I want to thank our viewers who are who are asking these great questions, making these great suggestions, and making these great statements. Please continue to do that. I just don't want to be talking to my guests. They have a lot of information, but I want your participation while we're on here. Okay. So just keep those ideas and those thoughts and those suggestions, keep throwing them in the chat. We'll put them up, and we'll use them as a part of the core of this show tonight. It's beneficial to this. All right. So now let me get back here. This is Coach Aaron Royalty family. We thank you so much, Coach, and the rest of the royalties that you have here. So I want to ask your wife a question. Yeah. The royalty of listen, man. He thinks he's a royalty of the family, but the one that brings beauty and charm and everything else to the family, always is the wonderful women that we have in our lives. So let me ask you this question, true royalty. What was it like for you to be at one with your husband, however he told you that, listen, this is the one so you're laughing already, huh? This is what I want to do. How were you at one? And here's I'm not asking you first, how were you at one with him? I'm asking, how were you at one with yourself when you heard that? So you can get rid of all the conflicts here and then go on over and make an alliance. How'd you do that?
Well, in the beginning, he would always call me his queen. So that I felt like by then I had to actually live up to that. And for us to be at one with each other, we're a royal family now, but working out hasn't always been this easy for us. It had to come over time. And I guess I was the defiant one. I was like, this is too difficult. This is too hard. You make it look easy. It's not the same. But I had to keep being consistent and really come into my role.
Mm. Thank you for that, because you said something. You said, listen, your wife said, Coach, that she was a defiant one. But a little while ago, maybe 5-10 minutes ago, she said that we can't say can't. A defiant person, A defiant person will either say I won't or I can't.
Right.
You understand that? So how did you deal, with the defiance from your queen?
It was a struggle for the both of us, because at that period of time in our relationship, I feel as though we were both still hindering from our previous experiences, and that's where a lot of growth happened, to where we had to figure out how to help each other without hurting each other. You get what I'm saying? And it took a lot of tough conversations. It took a lot of, I had to allow her to figure out her journey on her own and just be able to support her and encourage her and give her the tools that she needed. And if she applied those tools, then I would celebrate her and it was great. And if she didn't, I still would support her and try to encourage her to continue down that path, no matter how. Because a lot of people think that it's an easy path to go down, and it's really not. It's a lifelong journey. And one of my mission statement is, it's not a workout, it's a lifestyle. A lot of people think that, oh, well, I just work out for a couple months. Like, no, this is a part of our lifestyle. Like, we have things that we can do at home. We have, when we go on vacations, we prioritize this in our vacations and whatever the case may be. So we can be able to not just look good, but also feel even better as well.
Okay. It's wonderful. Great. Thank you for that. Listen, Queen, I want to call you Queen and King, because you're royalty. Okay. The Aaron family, King and Queen. Listen. He said, your husband said, listen, basically, he had to kind of get out the way and let you decide how you're going to craft out your desire for yourself. In meeting with him and hearing his vision and view for himself as a family, and I know you said it was, you were the defiant one, probably defying against that part. How, what did you have for yourself? What view did you have for yourself? This I-ness, your amness, this person here. What view did you have for yourself? Then I got another question for you. Go ahead, talk about that.
Well, I always felt highly of myself. My background, I've been an LPN for 10 years now. This year in December, I'll be a nurse for 10 years. And I also added counseling under my belt. So I've always been confident in like what I brought to the table and confident in myself. It was just the fitness part that I struggled with.
Okay. So how do you pass this confidence in yourself that you have? How do you pass it on to these two wonderful children? And I'm going to tell you this. Let me tell you, these are not just your children. Neither one of them, just your children. Both of you. I'm talking both of y'all. These are not just your children. They are the other part of you that's living outside of you.
Right.
Oh, so you got that, right?
Yeah.
So hey, listen. I'm not done. If you buy that, if you buy it, and I'm got another question for you. So how do you address that in wanting to pass on a piece of yourself to a piece of yourself?
So parenting yourself could be challenging at times.
Yeah.
Sometimes the things that they say, you'd be like, I would probably say that, but at that time it might not be appropriate. So you have to explain why it's not.
Okay.
I like how it exposes your flaws.
Right.
Like
parenting?
Yes.
Oh yeah, every time, man.
I enjoy that. And I'm not gonna say I struggle at, but it's still a challenge because the other half of me is 3 and not older yet. So it's going to be different levels that I would come to as he gets older. But even still now when he's younger and very intelligent, it's like, wow, like I gotta really check myself sometimes and just be mindful of the things that I say and do and pass on.
Wow. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Queen. You gonna say something?
Sometimes, depending on situation, we will split. Like I will handle her more so as the female, and I feel like she has more my attitude. So it's like a reflection of me, and then King more so acts like his dad. So it's like the situation before, King needed to be changed, and it was a situation that King could avoid it. So instead of yelling at King, he sent King to me to handle King's situation. So it's like sometimes to prevent yourself from getting angry,
yes,
you hand it over to the next person.
We have a really solid balance.
Yes.
Yeah, because you know that the truth is that however you respond to young King, it's really not about him. You know that, right?
Yep.
It's about you, right?
Yep.
So when you transfer your stuff onto young King and he start acting like you, and your daughter start acting like you, hey, listen, it's really not them. What have I invested in? And that really goes back to the stuff that you're talking about, the way you have created the way you have created an atmosphere and environment in your gym, you know, to make sure that a lot of the things that parents want to do, holding an 8-month-old baby here in a harness just so mother can get to do what she wants to do, you know, all of that stuff is really, really good. Really good. All right. So here you are then. So you're saying, listen, I had some things that I'd like to do. This is you, man. And Aaron, you know, you had some things that you want to do. And sometimes sitting down to have a conversation, you know, there are no difficult conversation. Okay. People have difficulty having conversations.
That's true.
You know, and that's what it is. So how do you deal then with the difficulty that you have? Because what if one day one of y'all don't feel like going to the gym and or doing whatever you got to do? I mean, how does that work?
So we do something at home. Now, I would say for me, missing the gym, it will have to be something to where it's a mental day or it's really like I just need a physical day. Me, I'm attached to it. Like if I'm not at my own gym, I'm at another gym. Like it's really just a part of my almost like my fabric. With her, I still keep her accountable and try to be on her still, but I have laid off fairly a lot only because she knows the investment that it is, and she also keeps herself accountable, keeps herself disciplined. So I'll maybe here and there kind of be like, all right, well, you know, you're supposed to work out yesterday.
There's a lot of days where I don't want to go.
But and I tell her and then my clients all the time, this journey is really not about your feelings. It's about what is needed to be done. To where a lot of people say that like, oh, well, I don't like going to the gym, but most people don't like going to their job, but you still go. And it's much more valuable to you than that actual job. Yeah, this job is paying you money to set and third, but if that job closes, guess what? You still have your mind, you still have your body, you still be able to live life and find other employment. But at the same time, you only get one body and you get one life. So if you value it like you say you do, then you would take the time out necessarily to provide what it needs.
Right. And thank you so much. Let me do it. Don't go nowhere. Take a quick commercial here. Listen, thank you so much to those of you that are watching. We're having the Aaron family on. Coach Aaron and his wife and 2 children. You know, they are called the royalty. Right, the royalty. They are royalty, and you can get to them. You know at Royalty Fitness 757. They are sharing some amazing things here. And one of the things I like about what you are doing is that it's a family thing. A family thing. How did you how do you make it so that it's fun for your children, that they want to do that? Because you know, kids will become defiant too. They have that natural bent to be defiant. I don't want to do this. I don't want to eat that. I want to drink that. I don't want to. How do you encourage them? And the answer to this has greater implications to the families out there. So go ahead and answer this for me, please.
Answer it first.
I can answer it first. So I really got serious with my fitness journey after having my son. And when he was younger, he used to watch me work out. So as he got older, able to stand on his own, and he would try to pick up the dumbbells himself. So we bought him his own like 1 pound dumbbell or like toy dumbbells, and he would actually work out with me. like could barely stand up, but he is moving
And the
the
bouncer and
dumbbells and
everything.
curling and
Yeah.
trying his best to do it. And that's another way he started counting quickly, because I'll be counting the reps and he would count with me. She wasn't always so receptive into working out. She'll start after the first round. She like, I don't know how you do this. And she would be gone. But King would try to continue the workout with me and his dad. He was into it, and he's really still into it.
Because even when he was born and we were on leave, we both were on leave at the same time. We both was able to be blessed with paternity leave. So I wouldn't be able to leave the house because for one, I didn't want to leave him, and then for two, I wanted to be there for her to where if she needed anything or whatever when we came home. So I was like, well, I got to do home workouts until I'm able to kind of move around. So and on top of watching her, he's also watching me. And then as time went on, as he got older, to where I started to bring him to the gym as I trained clients, started to see me coaching with clients. And so it's just really just been a part of his life from day one, even just coming home and being a newborn and probably not even remember it. 2 months, I'm in there in the living room doing a workout and he just laying there relaxing. So it's just really just a part, like I said, it's really a part of our lifestyle. So it's almost kind of like easy. Just at this point, it's basically just teaching them the fundamentals when they're doing the workouts, and then just teaching them the importance of just on nutrition and working out on a consistent basis, because they'll join in with our groups if my clients' kids are not there, or we'll have different content where we're doing the core exercises or we're doing just family workouts. We actually have me and my son has a YouTube video with me and him working out the entire video. And then we also on our Instagram page have a day where we all worked out together, did a full body workout together. So just doing different things like that, and then making it fun to where it's not always about, all right, well, you got to do this, that, and the third, but all right, what you want to do? Well, let's try this and things of that nature.
The challenge that you guys seen, it was actually going to be me and him at the beginning, right, but they came in here and they wanted to join us too. So that's how it became a family one.
Yep.
And I'm glad it did, because it looked a lot better with us doing it all together.
Yeah. And that's one of my probably widely streamed content. I think it's at close to 2 million plays right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. What were you and your son working out?
No, the family core that
family core, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just said something, man. You know, when you said, "Listen, we were working out, and they just came in."
Yeah,
like working out with. But I think there is something that led up to that, and I'm saying that the quality of their relationship with you, mm-hmm, and the trust and the safety that they had with you, just allow them to want to gravitate to where you are, mm-hmm, to do what you want to do. Okay. Right. So what is it about you then in the way that you develop the quality of relationship with your children that would make them want to do it? Because a lot of times kids want to run away from their parents. You know, kids just want to run away. So, okay. Before you answer that, so this is the one. Okay. Okay. Is this the one that's got like about 2 million plays?
No, the YouTube, that's me and King's YouTube video. The one that has 2 million plays is the intro video you show of all of us.
Okay, gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is King. Like this is sometime last year when he wanted to come to the gym with me, because every time I go to the gym, if I leave him, it's a whole fit. So I got to make sure if he's up, I'm going to the gym. My road dog can roll with me, and he was doing the workout with me. And this is just on the fly. I ain't telling him like, yo, do this. He's literally, as you can see, watching me doing the movements, doing the same thing as I'm just live streaming up on workout.
Wow. Amazing. Okay. So that almost answers the question of what is it about you that makes your children want to do these things with you? And I think I can see that, but go ahead and answer it from your position though, from yours, from your position here.
I think we try to be more loving and caring. We are hard on our children at certain times because we want them to know that it is it's not easy doing a lot of things that most people see us doing, as far as not even just with fitness, but just in living in general. But I think we just try to show them a lot of love and support, try to have fun with doing everything, and try to not always be the parent, but try to sometimes look in their light as well.
Mm. Now, I'm sure there are. Okay, Ellen G. Thank you for that. Let me grab this one from Ellen G. that you respond to. It's so good to see a family working together. Do the children have any days when they don't want to be a part of the gym scenario? And what would you do to persuade them to go? Excellent question, Ellen G.
I'm gonna let my daughter handle that because she.
Do you have days when you don't want to go to the gym?
Yes.
What do you do?
I asked if I could stay home.
So she does. My children do have days like we have. I've been blessed with amazing mother-in-law and father-in-law, and we were blessed enough to be able to live like almost directly across the street from each other. So it was nothing for my father-in-law to pull up to our house like, yeah, let me get my grandkids, and they'll be gone. But they sometimes when they don't want to go to the gym, they'll be at their grandparents' house. And we don't, and that's one thing we don't do. We don't force them to do anything as far as training or coming to the gym. Now, it's some days where, all right, you can't go over at your grandparents' house. You got to come with us to the gym. But that was the main reason why we have our Cubs Club room in our gym, to where, okay, if you don't want to be a part of anything got going on in the gym, you can go right in the room. You have the TV, you have the toys and everything. So we don't mandate them to participate in it, but it's always open and freely if they want to.
Well, to persuade her, she asked me for some new workout clothes, and I told her she needed to complete 3 workouts in a row, because why am I buying you workout clothes when you don't work out? So that was my way of persuading her.
And then at times they've created relationships with our clients' kids. Mm-hmm. So it'd be sometimes where one of my clients, her and my daughter are really cool friends. So if she's coming to the gym, like, oh yeah, well, my friend's coming to the gym, so I'm gonna come to the gym, and they'll get to playing and things of that nature. So we don't have to persuade them. Most of the when I pick up my son every day, he's like, "We're going to the gym, Daddy."
Yeah, he gets mad when we don't go to the gym.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know, there is something about who you are as parents, individuals, not as workout partners,
right?
But as individuals, okay, that transcends, is above being married to each other. It is above being parents. There is something about you, the person, okay. How have you been able to make contact with the who of each other, so that the what, the when, the where, the why, and the how, the acting out, and those, work smoothly? How have you been able to do that? I'm asking that because I want this is you telling demonstrating to other people what they can do also.
I think our relationship started before Royalty Fitness. So we started dating in 2018, and Royalty Fitness didn't really start till 2021, some months after King was born. So we had to find ourselves and each other before starting this business to help other people.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is we had a lot of uncomfortable conversations and a lot of groundwork that a lot of people aren't willing to do. They'll kind of like just see a lot of red flags, and then they're like, oh, it's too many red flags. But actually, and I tell people all the time, like, if you're willing to work with somebody to encourage each other to grow, and you're both willing to do the work, anything is possible. To where we've had our times to where it was rocky. It was times where both of us was like, I don't know if we're really ready to do this or move to the next level. But at the same time, we are both always agreed to upon like, okay, well, I'm choosing to work with you if you're choosing to work with me. And we're both going to do our part to make sure that we can continue to get to that next level. Because I always challenge my wife to tell her, like, look, we got to keep growing. If we stop growing, then we're doing both of ourselves a disservice of just being human beings and building a relationship with one another. And then on top of that, we have a young lady and a young man that's watching us. So we have to lead with royalty. We have to be that example, because for one, we know the example that's being shown out in the world. So we definitely don't want to replicate a lot of that. But at the same time, we can still be kind of new to the new generation, also giving them our old-fashioned values and morals that we've learned as an adult and getting older and understanding, okay, well, even conversations we have with our parents, I'm like, dang, I understand why we did what we did then. So now I can learn from that, be in a different position, and be able to guide our children with that same mindset and wisdom.
And we set goals. We have business goals, marriage goals, parenting goals, and our own personal goals.
Yes, and they definitely help. Like we have meetings every quarter of the year to where we have family meetings to where we go over from vacation finances to our family goals to how to be a better father, how to be a better husband, how to be a better and then me and my wife always constantly talking about, okay, well, how can we be better? How can we provide better for ourselves first? Because I always tell people, you have to love yourself. You have to make sure you are good so you can be able to pour out to others. But just continue to grow and be better for one another.
That's wonderful. As you are good for yourself, you're good for each other. Listen, 6'5", 240. Thanks you again, 6'5". As Congress, I think it's great that you followed your heart and walking in your purpose. Can you respond to that, ma'am? Can you talk about walking in your purpose, because you can't walk in something that you can't see and follow it.
Yes.
You can walk in it, but you don't know what you're walking in. But when you can see it,
it's definitely a path. I would say walking in my purpose. I didn't know where I was going, but I knew where I wanted to go. I knew, for one, I wanted to provide a better lifestyle for me and the people that are around me, regardless. In that point in time, we didn't see marriage in our future. But at the same time, I knew that whoever's around me in this journey, that I knew I was going to be able to bless, because I knew that I was going to have good mind and sound minded people around me. But just believing in yourself. Like I call myself royalty because I believe wholeheartedly within myself and my wife and my children, to where, okay, well, we're gonna give our best all the time. We may not make that leap every single day, but just believing in myself and knowing that the services and the support and the things that I provide for other people, even if it's not a dollar amount coming back, that nobody that's come in contact with us has left worse. They've always left better.
Wow. Okay. All right. Listen. This is from Melody Beam. We're trying to work through some of our technical difficulties here. With our chief engineer being caught up with some other things. But listen, Melody, thank you so much. Melody said, listen, Colossians 3:23 through 24. Whatever we got some Bible reading people here, Oh yeah, and that's a good thing. We're gonna get to the spiritual piece in just a minute. Whatever you do, work wholeheartedly as unto the Lord, and not just for man. Which I think you're addressing that. You're doing it for you, and if you can see, if your wife or if your husband see that, then you're gonna do it for you first. We talked about tapping into the self first, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the inheritance as your reward. Can you, can you, Miss Queen, can you talk about your inheritance, please, and the reward of working this, not as a husband, not as a coach, but as a person? Because what you're about to say is going to allow some other woman out there, some other wife out there, to see herself through your eyes, your experience. Can you help with that, please?
Okay. So you want me to clarify, you want me to explain how I...
Yeah. How you got to where you are, and basically how you saw yourself moving in your own path, and you felt confident in yourself, because there's got to be a lot of self-confidence to be able to get out there and do this thing and put it on video for the whole world to see.
Right.
And so when that happens, there are a lot of other women who are struggling in other areas of their lives, and just the confidence. Can you talk about the confidence piece, please?
Okay. So I'm very shy.
Yes.
We never tell.
I am extremely shy. I want to be more behind the scenes in the background and let him take on that role, being in the limelight in the public. But as our business grew and we progressed, I had to take on a more active role, even in our training classes. Because I wouldn't, if I could just be a fly on the wall and go behind the scenes, I would. But I had to go into my role of helping him, assisting him in the classes, assisting the business from being behind the scenes. I had to take on a more active role. A what? Oh, I'm a coach.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a coach. I took on the active role to help with the classes, help with the stretching, help motivate people and inspire people. So I had to learn that one of our clients told us that she wanted to, she remained with us because of how we were together and how I helped her in one of those classes. So that helped me realize that I have a bigger role than what I was giving myself.
Okay.
So I had to really go head first into that and dive into it. And as I did it more repetitively, I got more confident in it. And as I transformed my own mind and body, I was able to help other people in the class do it as well.
Okay. Listen, I know you spoke about it. How can you then say, listen, because I love to be a fly on the wall, a behind the scenes person. And Aaron, let me tell you, Coach, everybody knows that the only reason the actors look good on stage is because of the lighting person who you don't see,
Right.
audio person you don't see,
Right.
the visual person you don't see, the prop person people you don't see. So Miss Queen, you know, you are not just a fly on the wall. So now, how can you encourage other women who like to be fly on the wall, a behind the scenes person? How can you tell them, because of your experience, how to come out from behind that? Because you're good back there, but there's more to you. Can you kind of embellish on that, please?
I would tell them to not overthink it. Just try to dive right into it. Don't second guess yourself, because I would do that a lot myself. I would second guess what I'm going to do, second guess what I was going to say, and overthink instead of just being organic and actually doing it.
Okay. Now that's good. So there you heard it, ladies. Just don't overthink yourself. Just go ahead and be who you are, and not think your way out of it. And okay, so we have another piece of input here. Thank you so much, Dee. Thank you. I'm not sure whether it was discussed, but do they participate in regular couples counseling? I heard they have family meetings, but sometimes outside counseling can also, uppercase, also keep them on track. So now they're asking you, and you see that physically. It's one thing to have the family gathering and the family meeting, but what do you do when, in order to keep yourselves on track, two different people coming together? What do you do? Do you participate in counseling and so forth?
We have not done outside family counseling. Okay. We are not opposed to it, but
the thing is, we know a lot of therapists.
We do know a lot of therapists.
We know a lot of different therapists. But outside counseling, we haven't. We actually plan to pursue it. I know me and myself. I plan to pursue it for my own personal stuff, not mainly for us. We don't have a lot of issues or issues at all. Not
We're
to
not
say
able
that
to work
right.
through on our
Not to say
own.
that we are perfect, but a lot of our things that may be detrimental to a lot of other people, we've gotten past that, and then we have rules and boundaries set in place with the both of us to where if something needs to be discussed, it must be discussed in a manner that we both agree upon. So we deal with a lot of our issues that we do have when they do arise in a very short and mild temper, to where we'll have that discussion, we'll have that time apart if need be, and then we'll move forward. You get what I'm saying? So as far as talking to other people, we're kind of like a close-knit couple, so we don't really air out a lot of our news, but even at the same time, we do plan to pursue it in a future manner, to where just for the growth in it as well.
Okay. Thank you for that. And there's from 6'5" they said, listen, absolutely, counseling is a necessary component. And so people are agreeing with the fact that yes, counseling is a necessary piece for for you,
Right.
and for your own growth and your own development. Now, moving forward, um, what else do you plan to do as you move forward? Is it more of this, or there will be a diversification of this? There are some things that you plan to do individually as you develop your own sense of who you are, and then bring it back and come back together. This is me over here, this is you over here, but this is us like here. What else do you plan to do in that area, if anything?
Well, we both have careers where we like to help others. We met in a human service role at a job. We work together. So our passion is definitely to help people in different ways. I am a nurse and I got a bachelor's degree in human services. So I do want to pursue counseling. I do in-home with kids and skill building with adults also on top of nursing. And he does the counseling part too, but he also have the physical fitness part. So I say we will continue helping people in the community in different ways, and especially in the fitness realm, because that is where our shared business is. We don't have any like exactly set plans. I still have some more certifications that I want to get, and we both agree we're going to go back to school for our masters.
Yes,
we're going to do that together, but in different majors.
Okay.
For myself, I'm actually in prep for pursuing my IB Pro card in bodybuilding. So my first show will be in September, and that's my newest set goal and journey that I'm on currently, and attaching and not distancing myself from personal training, but kind of basically getting another notch under my belt, to where I can utilize that within scaling my business, and more going online with reaching out with just different people outside of just my area in Virginia, and in person, and just being a better husband and a better father, and just like she said, continuing to help people.
All right. Now, I'm thinking here, we're going to wind it down here, but this will be a good place. Kind of a systemic question, a holistic question. Oh yeah, and in my business, I talk to people, and I call it's an acronym. It's called RED, RED, and it stands for rest, exercise, and diet. Not to lose weight, but the quality of your food. Rest. Now, I'm thinking that that's got to play a pretty good piece in the achievement of goals. can you speak to those parts and even spirituality, as we wind it down, to give our viewers a kind of a good overview of what it's going to take to continue to be to sculpt this self from the top to the bottom, from the inside out? Can you do that, sir?
Just
well, both of you, really, from a male perspective and a female perspective. Okay, yeah.
In a easy term that I like to tell my clients, just strive to get 1% better every day. Red is definitely important. I tell people, the 3 keys, and you mentioned them, the 3 keys to success is making sure that your nutrition is right. Is because if you do not fill your body with what it needs, not what you want. A lot of people fill their body with what they want, necessarily what they need. Mm-hmm. Once you fill your body up with what it needs, not fill, but fuel it up. And then some people will overeat, but as long as you're fueling your body with what it actually needs to function properly, it's going to create whatever you desired it to be. But on top of that, you also have to understand within the fueling your body, you got to move your body, which is that exercise, that physical movement, whether it be just a couple miles a day of walking or just actually actively moving for 30 to 45 minutes. Your life would drastically change within weeks just by changing small things out of your diet and moving a little bit more, especially when we're in the era of a lot of people have home jobs. A lot of people have stationary jobs where they're just sitting in the office. It's a lot of different things that you can do at your office, whether it be at home or away, that you can improve your physical well-being. And then the last pillar that's most important, that's just as important as the other 2, are your recovery. You have to allow your body that recovery time to where those late nights up and early mornings trying to rush and get to work, they're always going to catch up to you. And I'm only in my 30s, and I'll tell people all the time, I've been in that position to where I didn't focus in on those 3 things. And I can say at the time I'm at now, I feel 10 times better than I did 5-10 years ago, because I've prioritized nutrition, exercising daily, and making sure that I'm prioritizing in recovery.
Wonderful. So how about you, man, from a woman's perspective? Then I'm going to read some of the things that they shared with you that I'm not able to put on the screen tonight. Go ahead.
Okay. To add on to what he said, the rest, exercise, and the dieting is very important. But I also want to include that vitamins are very important as well to your fitness journey. If you have a deficit in certain things as far as iron, like I have low iron, so I have to take an iron supplement so I won't feel fatigue and whatnot all the time. I would say people should prioritize their vitamins for sure, to also help with the muscle recovery, and prioritize your sleep as well, the resting. Those 3 key things. Oh yeah, CMOS is.
We just got some CMOS today.
Yeah, we just got
some. Melody, thank you.
Keep going.
Yes.
What's the point of CMOS? Go ahead. Thanks, Melody, for that. Yeah, Melody, you're just right on time with all this good stuff. All right, go ahead. Talk about CMOS.
92, over 90. I want to be correct. Over 90 minerals that our body needs. And a lot of people don't understand that a lot of this processed food and a lot of eating out and just a lot of fried and meat consumption in general is breaking down our bodies and removing a lot of minerals that we need to fully function. And it's no surprise why people are in our 20s and 30s are now catching diseases and critical condition issues, to where 15 years ago that was just in your 60s, 70s, 80s. Now you got people in their 20s and 30s having heart attacks, which is caused by the food. And that's why I say, as far as what you fill your body with, you ultimately become. So if you continue to fill your body with fast food, and a lot of people say, oh, it's convenient, but we meal prep every week. We cook maybe 2 or 3 times out of the week. And out of those 2 or 3 times, we're not spending as much as the average person is spending out. And then on top of that, we're preparing our food. And I tell people all the time, if you go to a restaurant, you do not know the energy that person is putting into that food. That person may have had a bad day, something have going on, and that energy is flowing through your food. So it's no surprise where you may feel like, oh, where did this random energy or feeling come from? It comes from the food. So I always tell my clients to where that the best food that you can consume is the food that you prepare. Why? Is because you know what's exactly in it. Now you may know may not know exactly what farm it came from, but the energy that you can pour into preparing your meals, and then the ingredients are out of this world, to where you can use simple ingredients, simple whole foods, to where you can feel and look your best.
All right. All right. Listen, can you? I don't know if you want to do this or not. I mean, you don't have to, but you know the sea moss is there a way to prepare this so that people can get the true benefit from this? Are there several ways? I mean, how do you
several ways that we got it? So we have it in 3 different forms. So we have and we actually have it a young queen that we know that owns her own business, and she prepares it for us. So we don't prepare it ourselves, but we do have a lady that we work with that actually just drops it off, and she's amazing. But I have the capsules because sometimes I'm on the run and I may just kind of I get up early. I get up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. So sometimes I may not get the gel that's in the refrigerator. So I'll leave a capsule at my gym, and I'll have one downstairs. And those are just like regular pills. You could take 2 a day, and you'll be good. And we also have the gel form, to where it's in a glass jar. You'll keep it stored in the refrigerator, and you just take 1 or 2 tablespoons every morning or every day. And for our children, she makes gummies. So they have we have gummies. I think it's like 60 or 80 in a thing, to where they take 2 or 3 gummies a day, and they can still get their sea moss as well. So it's many different forms, and you can get the raw form. I naturally don't get the raw form because I don't want to take the time out to clean it and things of that nature. So I rather just get the form that's best suited for my lifestyle, to where I can pop the 2 pills, or I can consume the gel. And it's really good is because even with the capsules, you can put it in your smoothie, you can put it in your drink, the gel as well. So you can consume it in many different forms.
All right. Thank you so much. Listen, I see some Melody, very active here. Thank you, Melody. I take the gel form of sea moss. Yes, I get, you know, I'm yet to try the gel form, Melody, but you're really doing this, Melody, and I thank you for just endorsing the idea of
Yes.
Of the sea moss. And D, I know you see the red in isn't losing weight diet, but that thank you so much. Here it is. Somebody put it up here. I know the D in red isn't losing weight diet, but what are your opinion of medications such as Ozempic? No, I'm going to tell you this, D. I'm not a medical doctor by any stretch of the imagination, And so I really don't want to do that. I think that is something that I'm going to have to take the fifth on that one. And
I would say myself, I don't take medication. I'm not going to go into the reasons why. I would just say do your own research on the medication that you take. Do a deep dive, not just the first 2 links that's on Google. Really do a deep dive into the medication and where it comes from, who produces it, also who funds it, and you'll kind of learn a little bit more about that. I was never a medication guy. I'm always, even when I get sick, I use natural remedies and things of that nature, to where I feel as though the earth has provided us everything that we need. And not to say all medication is bad, but just me, myself, and a majority from my children, and even my wife, she was kind of, not, I wouldn't say big, but she was a fan of them. But even now, and she was a nurse, so I understood it. But even now, I just try to educate people on certain things that I know of in my family and my experiences, to where just do your own research with your medication. And
the side effects affect everyone differently.
Yes.
So if you could try it with diet, working out, with exercise, and not have as many long-lasting side effects, I would say try it that way, but also still consult with your doctor and make the best decision.
And you do lose weight in your diet. it's a lot of people that go to Planet Fitness in these gyms and exercise and be moving and still don't lose weight. So you really, it's the myth is that you go to the gym and you lose weight. No, you go to the gym to build muscle. That's why you're training, to build muscle, right? But you are going to ultimately lose that weight and body fat by your diet, by you in a caloric deficit, by you prioritizing whole foods and foods that actually compose to create the body that you want to create and feed off of the fat. But to not to correct you, but you do lose your weight in your diet.
Okay. All right. So one of the things that I'm starting to understand, because everybody has different kind of metabolic process, and it's good to know your body.
Yes.
Good to know what works well for you, because what works well for one person may not work so well for another a person. Listen, I thank you. I thank both of you. We want to make sure that if I can get your information up, or go ahead, maybe we can get it up. Maybe we're still having some difficulties because of some issues that we're having. Oh, there we go. At Royalty Fitness 757. Is that how they are able to contact you?
Yes.
Royalty 6. Okay.
Yes. And our website is www.royalty757fitness.com.
Just repeat that again for me, please.
So our website is www.royalty757fitness.com.
All right. Okay. And of course you welcome anyone who want to be a part of, because it seems to me that one of the things that you do is not just teach people how to work out, but you also educate them on several areas of life, which basically creates a holistic approach to lifestyle, not just living, but to lifestyle. And I think that is amazing. So, Ellen G is saying excellent information, and Tracy's saying great content as always. Tracy, yes, thank you so much, Tracy. Okay, 6-5 exercise can help with your sleep. Yes, it can. It can.
Yes,
Go some way. You agree with that, King?
Yes, indeed. It definitely does.
So now you're gonna get some Marlo Francis awesome reality workout. Family, keep being a positive image and encourage your children and the larger community. Let me just say this. This may sound kind of crazy and stuff. You know how we saw your son? And he was not mimicking you, but he was doing his own thing. He was up to the left, to the right, up and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I got news for you. If you were doing something crazy and law-breaking, what do you think would happen?
He would be doing the same thing.
The same thing. Now that, when you showed that video, those who see that video ought to know that children are great imitators. So we need to be careful what we model for our children, because they will copy things from the people that they are closest to and they feel safest to. They will do that just about every time. So if we want our children to do better, we got to model doing better. Right? That's what we do. Oh, congratulations, Tracy. Continue to grow and be a positive role model for your children. Thank you, Tracy. See that the people are really seeing the value. Not only that, those two children will grow up to be the doctors and the lawyers and the preachers and the teachers, oceanographers and astronauts, and you see all the possibilities.
Yes. Yes.
Flip it over. I won't tell you what you see on the other side because I don't want to get into that. but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, indeed.
You don't want to see it. We don't want to talk about the other side. We're talking about this side. Keep it positive. Oh man. Oh, listen. We're so thankful. We're thankful. We're great. Thank you so much. Okay. And any last word, and then we we're gonna put you in the back room again. Any last word before we put you in the back room again?
I just encourage everybody to take your health a lot more serious. Even if you're on this journey, whether you kind of on the fence, just take one small step to a better you every single day, whether it be taking something off of that plate or just moving a little bit more. Just prioritize your health. We're living in the world. We're living in a very difficult spiritual battle world to where a lot of things are not to our best suit. So the thing that you can control is your decisions and your health. So let's just make that priority every single day.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, listen. They said the princess was giving her royalty wave. Okay, thank you so much, Miss. Okay, all right. Go in the back room, sit down in the back room there for a minute. Okay, well, we'll come by and see you. Listen, thank you all so much. Again, I believe this was another really good show, not because of me, but because of the quality of the people that we find and who wants to be a part of this show. There's nothing negative and derogating that we deal with, and this show is all very positive because we give a positive message. People will develop a positive attitude. Once you develop a positive attitude, you develop a positive sense of self. Develop a positive sense of self, then you will begin to act in a positive way, and that's all we're trying to do. Going to combat some of the very negative and not so nice things that we see and hear, in our communities. Thank you so much. Continue every week, with a shake up to like, follow, share, and subscribe. Tell somebody about it. Let me tell you this. I heard this. It said it's a crime, to have water and not share it with people who are thirsty. It is a crime to have water and not share it with people who are thirsty. There are people out there who are thirsting for the stuff that we share on this show. This show is water. Make sure you go and find thirsty people and say, hey, I got something for you, okay? And then after you've done that, we want you to jump on the show and become a part of the show. How do you do that? You go to Dr. Kit Speaks at gmail.com, and we will absolutely make sure that you get on, okay? So do that for yourself. Do that for the community. Thank you so much. May God bless you, and we'll see you again next week. Enjoy the rest of the Memorial Day weekend, and be safe. Be safe. Be safe. Dr. Kit with the Shake Up, signing out. See you next week. Bye-bye.